We're here in Pilot Point, Texas, home of Chad and Susie Chance and home of Hoofwatch, and we're teamed up with the World Championship Blacksmiths to go to our final contest of the 2017 season in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Silverton Casino. And Chad has picked the shoe for one of the individual classes. We got Chad, Chance, and Gene Leisure are judging. And one of the shoes we're gonna do today is the French toe weight is made out of 3/8 by 1 by 11.5 inches. We gotta put a little titty on the inside edge. It's fullered for 6 E4 liberties, and it measures 5 by 5 3/8. It's got a rolled toe, and it's got a nice thick toe, and it's safed on the outside edge all the way around, and it's got concave all the way until about halfway up to the titty, and then it starts to straighten up. We center punch the center of this stock. It is sacrilege when you're making this shoe to hit this with the horn, the top of it. We want to stay away from this center punch dot at all costs. Just going to try and get as much material in there as we possibly can in one heat. We'll probably take 2. Flip ends because it's going to bump up, not directly in the center. It's going to bump either away from you or towards you. The center punch mark, I'm just going to flatten it out to try and get it to grow there. You can see I've got a pretty good chunk of material in the toe, a little over 1 inch. We'll do one more for good measure, and then we'll be done with bumping it. Bump it some more now, just trying to bump and bring material there. Then just take it here and get it straight. And now I got plenty of material. I think I've got probably 1.5 inches in that. I'm just gonna come in here and tighten up right next to that. Come in here and tighten up right next to that. And then crack it here. And crack it here. Gotta get, don't let it get puckered up on the inside. You gotta keep it flattened out. Now I'm gonna drop this side down. And what I'm doing is I'm dropping this side down. Now I have set myself up to where I have a ledge where I can push against. So now I got a flat surface here, and I can just keep on rotating back and forth. Just from doing this on here, it just thickens that inside edge, so you got to be diligent and come back and flatten out on that inside edge. Constantly going back and forth and getting that flattened out. But you look, I almost got my toe done. We're gonna kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We're angling the shoe like this. The horn is doing a little bit of the work, and then I'm gonna draw it down right to the end. You can see I got the edge knocked off of there. Again, I just come up here, and then I've got it at an angle, and I'm pushing that around. I've got this angle started and that angle started. And I'm gonna get this started, but then when I'm on the face, it's a little easier. It's a little bit easier for me to get in there Again, just kind of gonna, you can see I'm just taking the round side of my hammer and blending this scoop in and then finishing it on all the way through. Now I'll come up and flatten it. And I've got the lion's share of the work done. Now, the medial branch, the lateral branch, I'll go back to the lateral and turn it. Just saving me a little bit of grief on the heel making whenever I get to that. When I get to the filing part of it, so it just saves me some time. I'm going to come in here. Now I can't get to that, the tip of the toe, so what I'm going to do is turn it around right there and then pick it up from right there. The shoe's leaning, my hammer's coming in from this angle, and I'm getting that safe in the whole time. All right, I'm just going to come in here and do a little bit of dressing on this heel. I got to be at a weird angle because I'm trying to get this to make contact with the horn. And again, I'm just going to kind of blend in the toe, and then you can see I got to, for it to make contact with the horn, I got to be way over here because the bit gets smaller on this side, not bigger. The other side is the luxurious side where the bit gets bigger, so it's ergonomically correct. Flatten. I'm going to stick to fairly close to the center of the toe. So I don't want to drift down because I don't know where my fullering is at this point, but I definitely want to get some of this out of the way. If you don't, and you think you're going to rasp it in, you're going to lose material. If you think that you're going to forge it and it's not going to change the shape of your shoe, you're sadly mistaken. So you can see it's kind of wrecking my outside edge, which I knew it was gonna. So I'll come back in and push this edge back out by flattening it up really nice here. Now what I'll do is I'll come right in here and I'm going to get this puckering out to the toe. That made it really, really fat right there. So then I just come in here and really set that down again. I'm displacing that material and I've made a big dent in it. Now when I put my fuller in, I can fine tune it, but I won't wreck the shape quite as much. I got everything square. I've got this little notch. I'm going to slide it forward, and you want to go past the inside of the web because this shoe is so abnormally thick that if I go to the back edge, my fullering is going to be way low. And this side, I got my line a little crooked, so I'm just going to lower it a little bit on this side. I'm just going to blend and hem it up for my fullering. Like I was saying before, now I can come in and kind of blend all this going across. I'm pushing it out and coming across that toe, pushing it out to make it round so it's not a square-toed shoe. And pritchel it. Clean up my line as I'm hemming. And then I'm set up. Come in here and I'm trying to draw like a clip, trying to get this to come out and make this nice and round. And flatten up this toe again. Just putting a nice shape. It's a toe weight, so it's got a little bit of an open heel. You don't want to have it wrapping too much. I'll go to filing on that. Just kind of coming in here and cleaning up my toe. And then opening up my branch a little bit. The wire brush just takes that top edge of material off, which that's all your file marks, kind of those leave with it. Then you use the face of the amber to bring that surface of the shoe out. That makes that edge pop, and then the fuller end kind of pushes all those lines out. We pretty much got it done. Now we'll cool it off and look at it.